I'd like to like spin her out.
Okay.
And then spin her back in, leading to a clothesline. And then she falls on the floor, and then the music changes to like John Cena's intro song.
What you want to start with?
Yeah. So like every part of a wedding is a scam, and it really makes me mad.
Okay. I'll buy it.
I love my future wife, and I would give her the world. But if I don't have to give her the world and someone's trying to make me pay for the world, and like they're using my love for her as a means to be like, so you have to buy the world, and it's like, no, I don't.
I feel like it's less using your love for her and more, in my experience, however long ago, this 7 years ago. Yeah, I know. It was less my love for her, so pay up, and more just like feeding into the bridezilla thing. Like, you need to do this, otherwise your wife is going to be mad at you. Type of thing.
I feel similarly about it the way I feel about higher ed, where like society pushes on the youth that they need to do this in order to have like a successful life, and in this case it's like a successful wedding. Like, you need to have all the flowers, and you need to have it recorded on video, like professional video, and all this stuff. And then the people who provide those services are like, yeah, $1 million. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but could you like provide maybe photography for like my niece has a soccer game on Saturday? Could you come do that? And they're like, yeah, $20.
Yeah. Yep. No, I get it. I mean, we were not in a place where we could afford really big stuff when we got married. I'm trying to think of like I think the thing we spent the most money on, and I couldn't even tell you a number if I wanted to. I genuinely do not remember. The thing that we probably spent the most money on was the bar.
Oh, really?
And what we did was
it open?
So we did open bar before dinner.
But like, did you have to pay for like a set amount, or were they at the end like, okay, during the open bar, like 200 drinks were taken, so pay for the 200?
I don't remember. All I remember is the bar was open. So our wedding was, I want to say, at maybe 1-ish on a Saturday.
Oh, like PM?
Yeah, on a Saturday. The ceremony was maybe 30 minutes. It was not very long. And then we went and took our pictures. Around, we had specific places we wanted to take pictures. And then we took pictures at the venue where our reception was. So, but people could start showing up for the reception as soon as the ceremony was over. But dinner wasn't until like 5. So basically from like 2 to 5, the bar was open and you could get whatever you wanted.
Nice.
Then, as soon as dinner started, we just paid for beer and wine.
Okay.
So after dinner started, beer and wine, if you wanted cocktails or anything else, you had to pay for it.
Sure.
And we did dinner buffet style. So we just got the place where we had our reception catered. And they excused them table by table and buffeted it up. It's glorious.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good food too. It was just easy stuff like beef tips, potatoes, corn, like just very country style, like good shit. Nothing too fancy. But the photographer was a woman that we've known for a long, like my family has known for a long time. Like she did my like senior photos and stuff, and then she just did, like, if you go on my Facebook page, all the professional photos that like we just had done with my family, like she did those. So like I don't think we got necessarily like a deal, but we got like a hey. And then yeah, so I really do think the booze was the most expensive thing we paid for out of the whole shebang.
Interesting. Hello, my love.
Although I do think the wedding dress was close. Like we spent a nice chunk of change on that.
I will not see hers.
I did not until the day of.
Same. Did you do a first look?
No, that's stupid. Don't do that.
We're not doing it, but that's
Don't do it.
I that's one of the things I was like vehemently against.
No, there are a lot of things I'm vehemently against, and I will tell even my closest, dearest friends. Obviously, you all know about my best friend Steve. I wasn't even in Steve's wedding party, so we're not that close. So, I mean, like we're close, but we're not. But we went to his wedding, and they did a first look, and they did all their pictures before the ceremony. And I remember I said to him, like, they got married 3 years ago, I think. And I remember I said to him like a year ago, I was like, "You're an idiot. That's dumb. That like takes all the excitement out of it." Like, I will never forget.
I agree.
I will never forget spending the day before we got married, waking up with Maggie and just being like, holy shit, tomorrow we're getting married. And then going through the day, going to do the rehearsal dinner, and the rehearsal and everything, having a great time, and then separating, leaving each other, and that like 12 hours from like not more like 15 hours from like 9 p.m. to like 1 p.m. when we got married was the most stress-inducing hours of my life. Like even more so than like Maggie being in labor. Like that was like, but you need that. You need that time to like self-reflect, hyperventilate a little bit.
So what you're saying is abandon her in high stress moments.
Yes.
I can do that.
She's got plenty of people. What I will say though is be very purposeful of the people you're spending time with in between that time.
Someone just told me, I think it was my barber who was a character.
Oh, so this isn't like a guy you see all the time.
No, my normal guy was busy and I really needed a haircut because we're going on vacation tomorrow. Tomorrow. And so I went and saw a random guy. He was interesting, but he said after the ceremony and before, just like take time to yourselves before you get ready for the onslaught of, oh my gosh, hello. Oh my God, Tim, shut up.
Yeah, I know. No, and it wasn't so much the yes, I agree with that. But for me, it was more so I slept at my parents' house because that's where I lived. And I remember waking up that morning and me and my dad went to where we were having the reception to help set up for all of the music. So we did not get a DJ. We did not get a band. All we did, and this is actually one of the things we saved the most money on, was we made a playlist with Apple Music and we plugged in a computer and hit play. and it was the best thing we could have done. So Anna, if you're listening and you want to save thousands of dollars, trust me, it's fine. And you put all of the hits. And you put stuff that like people our age will like. Oh. Ooh.
Go on.
Well,
And
you haven't paid anything yet.
We got some.
and you put all the stuff that we like young people will like, but then you sprinkle in like your Hotel Californias and your like stuff that like the older people will like and enjoy.
California.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
It's a great song. It's just an odd one to pull out of thin air and be like,
oh, beautiful song. Or like Living on a Prayer, throw that in there too. Beautiful stuff. And then you throw in a couple randos that only you guys like. Like Maggie and I played a Panic at the Disco song that we were like, yeah, let's go. But anyway, tangent aside, we went there to help set up for that, and it was just a guy from our church lent us some speakers, and we plugged in the stuff, and we got it rolling, and it was great. But specifically what I remember is driving home from there to go home to get in my tux. And that like 10-minute drive with just my dad was a very memorable moment of like him saying like, this is the last time we're going to be alone together before you're married. Here's my final piece of advice.
run.
Yeah, right. Get out now. Run away immediately. So that's why I say like spend that time like when Anna is spending time like with her bridesmaids and her maid of honor and her mom and hopefully your mom and like doing like hair and makeup and doing all that stuff and like spend that time with your dad, your brother, your groomsmen. Like that needs to be a very like purposeful
Probably
time.
sleep in that day, but
well, you won't be able to, so trust me.
I'm gonna be kind of tired, so
You will be tired and you will be sick. Trust me.
I think I'm gonna sleep.
I don't think I ate. Oh, I didn't. There's a great photo. If you scroll through my Facebook, there's a great photo of me in my tux eating a McDouble.
Fire. What'd you say? Did you cry?
When she came down the aisle?
Ever while you were eating the McDouble?
I don't think so.
When she was walking around.
Yeah. When he was eating the McDouble.
The most emotional I got during the whole thing was during like speeches and stuff. Like when my best man gave a speech and when
Steve.
No, Steve wasn't one of my groomsmen, but I wasn't one of his. So I would say that was probably the most emotional I got then because it was the best man, my best man, and then Robert was Maggie's man of honor or whatever. He's dead to us now, but not actually. Well, anyway, and then I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, both my dad and Maggie's dad said something too. And Maggie's grandma had like recently passed away, and like so there was just like a lot of emotions in the air and stuff. I feel like if anything, Maggie and I laughed like way more. Like you were talking about before, like societal stuff, like telling you what you're supposed to do, like money wise or everything. There's that pressure in the ceremony as well. And I wasn't gonna fake cry. You know what I mean? Like, but I do remember
If I don't get punched at some point during the ceremony, I didn't do it right.
If one of these days I'll have to show you if you guys come and visit, show you our wedding video. There's a moment where I don't remember what was going on. The pastor was saying something, but we're standing up on the stage and we're holding hands. And this was we got married like 5 days after Avengers Infinity War came out on Blu-ray.
Mm.
And we watched it like every day that week,
Mm-hmm.
including the day of our like rehearsal dinner and everything. And there was a moment during the ceremony, and you can see it on the wedding video, where I just start smiling. And she says, "What?" And you see me lean in and whisper in her ear, "I'm thinking about the Avengers." And I just say that, I whisper that in her ear, and she kind of like whips her head back. And so there's like random moments like that. That yeah, you have to have those, like, you have to have the Nick and Anna moments. Don't cry, or don't be mad that he didn't cry.
Tell me this thought, because she's against it, and I really want to do it.
Mhm.
So during the first dance,
Okay.
it's like, oh my god. During the first dance, like halfway through, after we're like dancing and whatnot, I'd like to like spin her out
Okay.
and then spin her back in, leading into a clothesline. And then she falls on the floor, and then the music changes to like John Cena's intro song. And then all the old people who we have not told about this, like, faint.
An abusive
then-
marriage already. Oh,
And I go up to my groomsmen and I start high-fiving them because they're all in on it. So like high-fiving them. Meanwhile, like two
She's
of Amy's
bleeding on the
bridesmaids go
floor.
out. One picks her up, the other gives her a chair, and while I'm high-fiving, she comes up and hits me with the chair. And then we do like a whole thing.
So, genuinely,
Yeah.
if you did something like that, it would be fucking awesome. Do I think you should do that? No.
Then
But if
then
you
everyone
guys,
like
if you guys independently planned that,
yes,
you would be legends. So
you could be legends. That's not
You-
even all of it. That was only half of it. Then, we get up and we go, thanks everyone, like, haha, like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And we go sit down and eat the salad or whatever. And then it's time for like the father-daughter dance.
Well, that would be. Would that be before?
What? No, our first dance is definitely first. I would think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember.
So then, society, we can do whatever we want. This is
Yeah.
the. So then she's dancing with her dad, and then all of a sudden a record scratch, dun, dun, and I come flying out from the
John Cena.
round two.
That's too far.
So.
Do you guys know what your first song or what your song is going to be?
We do, but I'll keep that under wraps.
I love it. Is it something that you just like randomly pulled, or is it because you went to like a Noah Khan concert?
Yeah, we hit iPod Shuffle.
Nice.
The next song that came up, so we will be dancing to Ice Ice Baby.
So it's just going to be, I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. Oh man,
that would have been a great one. Yeah. So yeah, wedding stuff. It's gonna be fun.
It will be fun. That's and honestly, the biggest piece of advice that I have is have fun. A lot of people, I am of the opinion that the wedding is for the couple. It is also for all the people that you are inviting. But
What's your opinion on kids at the wedding?
They should absolutely be there.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially the ceremony. I could vibe with okay, if you're gonna go hard like after 10 p.m., like maybe kids get out of here, but even like they're gonna leave before that anyway. So like I don't think you need to put an official restriction on it. What? Not who?
They're not gonna leave on their own.
No, I know, but the people, if they bring a kid, like they're gonna go home with their kids. They're gonna be tired. Like,
well, that's the point.
All I'm saying is I was expecting our wedding to like go forever, and it didn't. And it wasn't because like it was lame or anything. It was just like it ended. Like it naturally met its conclusion.
Great.
You know, like well before like it got to a point where we were like, do we got to tell the kids to get out of it? Like, you know what I mean?
Like Captain Kirk in Star Trek Generations.
Correct. I don't know what you're saying, but correct.
He dies.
Oh,
Naturally meets his conclusion.
oh, nice. I
Yeah.
feel it. No, it's good stuff. It's
You started singing a second ago.
I got your picture. I'm coming with you, dear Maria. Count
Do
me
you
in.
consider yourself a singer?
I used to.
Okay. Can you do any singing impressions, like an Ariana Grande kind of thing?
Though Maggie says that when I sing along in the car, she can tell that my voice changes to what artist I'm singing along with.
That's fair. I would say I do that as well. Like, I feel like I add a slight accent and make it a little more nasally when I sing like punk rock, like Green Day and Bowling for
Sure.
Soup. It's like, I got your picture, I'm coming with you.
Dear
Maria, count me in. Country. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
That was good. That was good.
That's one of my karaoke songs.
Nice. I have never sung karaoke.
What?
Yeah, I've never done it.
Oh, can we talk about karaoke for a second?
Absolutely. I like watching it.
So, I believe this form of karaoke. I don't know for sure. I don't want to be like culturally insensitive because I'm not sure, but I believe it was Japan where it originated. The idea of like sitting in a room and singing with your friends.
Sure.
Like just by yourself, like in a room with a TV. So like it's all the rage now. Karaoke to me is you go to a bar full of strangers and you go up on a stage and you sing in front of a bunch of people.
Correct.
But like I went to a birthday party of a friend and they were like, let's go do karaoke. And I was like, all right, sick. And we got to the place and it was like, and I had been to this kind of karaoke before where it's like, let's say there's 10 of you. The 10 of you go into a room, like a small room with a TV and a table in the middle and like couches around the outside. And you just like pass the mic from person to person, like singing.
I hate that.
To me, it ruins the best thing about karaoke.
Watching random people you don't know.
Correct. Or just like cheering people on who aren't good, but like they're like doing something brave by like going up in front of people. So it's like, yeah, even though like you're not hitting any notes, like, oh yeah.
We did karaoke on meaning I watched people do karaoke on the cruise I was just on.
Mm-hmm.
And some white guy was singing Gangster's Paradise.
Okay.
But he knew every word. He sounded awful. But it was like bold choice of a song, and you're crushing it. Good job.
Great.
Yeah. Then there was a guy who was actually really good and sang all these things that I've done by the Killers, and it was quite powerful. So
interesting. I used to sing karaoke in college a lot because
you were drunk in college a lot.
True. But the bar near the bar that I played at, like I got paid to play at this bar. I didn't get paid to sing at it. I paid them to let me sing at it. So all in all, it was probably a net zero. There was this old guy there named Tony.
Tony.
Tony was a legend. He would go up and sing Unchained Melody every time. And he'd hit the high note.
Every time?
Every time we were there, at some point, he was singing Unchained Melody. He had a couple other, like, ones he'd throw in. But Unchained Melody. And he'd go in and hit, like, the highest of notes and, like, just belt it out. And he was, like, this 80-something-year-old dude. He was always there with a, like, 40-year-old woman. And we always speculated, like, what's Tony got going on?
Is it his daughter?
I don't think so.
Because he was, like, kissing her and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Sorry, just wrap up the Tony story.
Sorry, I thought that. Yeah.
So I went up and sang a couple of songs, and then Tony went and sang his song, and I had a couple of liquid courage in me.
Yeah.
And went up to Tony. I was like, Tony, I'm feeling your vibe. What if we did like a Sinatra my way?
God.
And we went up and belted out the greatest karaoke performance that has ever existed.
Is there a video of this?
Somewhere it was recorded by the guy who ran the karaoke, and everybody was on their feet. It was freaking nuts. And then and it was great, and we ended it, and it was perfect. It was like we knew when to trade off, we knew when to harmonize. It was wild. Me and Tony were just like locked.
You're locked. It was one of those moments that you wish you and Anna could have.
Correct. And
Yeah.
then we finished, got off stage, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I go get a drink and I turn around and some other kid asked Tony to do a duet with him, picked a song that was not fit for Tony, and Tony just like didn't want to do it. And the guy just kept like, they were on stage and Tony was like, yeah, blah, blah. The guy was like, yeah, sing this part, blah, blah. Okay, I'll sing it. And I was like, I'm sorry, Tony. I opened this door. This is what's happened.
And this is what's happened now. Yeah, look what you did.
I followed the karaoke. This is going to end on a sad note, but I followed the karaoke place, like their Facebook page, and Tony passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh,
And then I went back for like a college reunion kind of thing. And then we went to karaoke night, and I was like, dude, I heard about Tony. He was like, oh, I remember you. I was like, do you have that video? He was like, no.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace, Tony.
Rip Tony. Great kid.
The bar that I used to live across the street from did karaoke. They have closed since.
And you never did it?
No. But my
Yeah.
brother-in-law, you've never met or talked to Joey, right?
No.
He's a crazy person. And he was a guy who always sang the same song every time, where he would look at me and he would go, this is my Joey impression. He's very, you think I'm loud, right? Like I'm very boisterous. I've got quite the humph. This man.
Very what? What did you, very what?
Loud.
No. You said another word.
Boisterous.
I'm pretty sure it's boisterous, is it not?
It probably is.
Okay, because you're like the third person I've heard say that word, and I've had like a mental.
Shall we look it up
wrong.
before I finish the story?
I'll look it up while you finish the story. If
I
you
don't even know how to spell this word.
Yeah,
no, it is
boisterous.
boisterous. Yeah.
Okay, dope.
Yeah. The word you're likely looking for is. Oh no, there is a word called vociferous.
Okay, well that's also
someone
not
that is someone or something that is loud and insistent, often in a way that demands attention.
That's also just not what you said, but
anyway, my brother-in-law Joey is a very loud person. He has no concept of how to control his voice.
Sure.
So he'll be like sitting, he's also in like his mid-40s and his eyesight is going bad, but he only wears like one contact because he's a madman, and he'll sit there like looking at his phone, like so he'll just be like, hey, how's it going? And you're just like, hey Joey, what's up? Every single time he would go, you know, I think I'm gonna sing the Gin Blossoms. And I would go, yeah, you gonna do the Gin Blossoms? Yeah, I don't know which song. I think I'm gonna do the Gin Blossoms. And then he would sing the same Gin Blossoms song.
We did karaoke when we visited you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't do it.
No, Boatman did though.
So did Coho. So did I.
Did you?
I did. Sang some James Taylor.
I don't remember that. Yeah, that was that bar.
No shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
There's like no one in there. You could.
No, that's why it closed. Granted, we went there on like a Thursday night. Like,
yeah, it was not a night for business, but still.
Like it was popping. Yeah.
Damn, crazy.
Yeah.
Tim.
Nick.
It's our 10th episode.
Oh boy.
You know what you should do? Give me 10. See how this goes. For no particular reason.
Okay.
Let's come up with the 10 greatest cheaters throughout history. At anything.
Okay.
So, like, the first one, for no reason.
Ross. Or were they on a break?
Shit.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Do
Maybe.
you have the timer going?
Oh shit! No. Okay. I'm gonna start it at 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Considering. No, that's not a timer. That's a stopwatch. But yes, so that is kind of along the lines I was thinking. I was thinking Proteus's lady in Sinbad: Legend of the Seven Seas.
That definitely counts.
All right, forget her name, but I know she's voiced by Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Okay, but seriously though, Ross, were they on a break? I think they were.
I don't think they were on a like it's okay to go sleep with someone else.
Correct.
Break.
I agree with that, but they definitely were like. She definitely said like we need a break from us.
My thing is,
I'm not pro him sleeping with the copy girl.
No, because even if they had just broken up, as he thought, he went and did a thing that meant they could not get back together right
Correct.
then.
And he did that. Yeah, so I think he goes on the list.
And even if she was like, "We're done, I'm breaking up with you," and then he immediately goes like the same night goes and sleeps with someone else.
Copy girl, yeah.
That's a messed up thing to do, quite frankly.
Yeah, so I think he's on the list.
All right, so we'll put Ross there.
Ross Geller.
Who's a famous like steroids user?
Anakin Skywalker cheated on the light side of the Force to.
No, you're stretching the definition.
Okay, all right.
So I don't want to throw out accusations, but like the names Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa would come to mind when I think.
I don't know enough about. I know what you're saying, but
okay.
Jeez, this is tough.
This is difficult.
Ooh.
Brady?
What is? Yeah, that totally counts. Yeah.
I don't actually. So
they were caught. He counts.
I might have just besmirched my. I don't know for sure.
No, I think it totally counts.
What like he deflated the football?
He deflated the balls. Yeah.
How does that help him?
Oh. Easier to throw the ball. I don't know.
I would think it makes it harder to throw. If you throw in a deflated ball, you don't have as much control over it.
You're more grip on.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, the grip comes in the laces. I don't know.
Okay.
Put a Brady question mark.
Can I Google the name of a guy if I can't remember his name?
Yeah, sure.
So it was the guy that, well, in case you know, it was the guy that had the record in Donkey Kong, but he faked it, and they're actually in court now about it. But there's there's a lot of proof backing up that it's
I actually thought you were talking about
Mitchell. Is it Billy Mitchell? Billy Mitchell, that's his name.
I actually thought you were talking about the movie Pixels.
I think it might be based on that.
Billy Mitchell.
He was like the king of Kong. There's like a documentary about him.
Writing about Mitchell, David Ramsey described Mitchell as probably the greatest arcade video game player of all time.
But his records have been revoked because of the proof that's been put out.
Donkey Kong cheating case rocked by photos of illicit. Wow.
Yeah.
Stripped of scores, banned from. Wow. Yeah, I'll throw this guy on here.
Yeah. Okay.
Billy Mitchell. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to think of any more fictional characters.
Okay. Sully.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. James P. Sullivan.
But like he admits it right away without like being caught. You know what I mean?
So are we talking about but like are we talking about like the 10 people who were best at cheating, or like just like the most
renowned? Yeah, like Tanya Harding comes to mind again.
Yeah. How did she cheat again?
She either hired a guy or like just asked a guy to go like
to break the legs of the girl.
Yeah.
That was she didn't take like steroids or anything else.
No, not that I know of. But
yeah, I would throw her on the list. Yeah, she does come to mind there. Yeah.
Wild. What a throwback.
To episode 1.
Yeah.
Rain Man. He counted cards. They counted cards in Vegas.
Actually?
That was in the movie.
I haven't finished the film.
Yeah, they count cards in Vegas. That's why the whole joke in The Hangover when Alan counts the cards, it's a whole like spoof on
Huh.
Rain Man. Yeah,
Okay, I'll put Rain Man up.
Dustin Hoffman as Rain Man, whose name I can't remember.
Interesting.
Um,
Anna, whenever we play Yahtzee or
mm,
putting her on.
um,
Wasn't there some baseball team that like got caught stealing signs or something like that?
stealing signs. What does that mean?
Like at third base, they give signs of like to steal or to bunt or
Oh, I
whatever.
don't know about that. I do know that. Was it the 19?
Any like
It was the White Sox, I believe. That's what Field of Dreams is about. Like the whole like not the whole team, but like
you
six.
know anything that didn't come from a movie?
But that happened in real life, is what I'm
I
saying.
know, but like you only
No,
know
I
about
don't. I
it
don't. Okay, so the
because
White
you saw
Sox,
the movie.
there were like 6 or 7 players that got banned for life from playing by the MLB because they cheated in the game. Or they threw the game. That's what it was. They threw the game. It wasn't that they cheated,
Okay.
they threw the game. So I don't know if that counts.
That's like, yeah, that's
Helping
tough.
your opponent cheat.
No, that's tough. But like John Candy in Cool Runnings,
I've only seen it once. I don't remember.
he like weighted the bobsled one, but can't. I don't know.
There's
Sorry.
like I can't picture the movie.
Let's like shift to music. Who's like a famous who got caught like lip singing or something?
Oh, that I don't know.
Who's the guy that sings Down? Jay something?
Jay-Z.
No, like down, 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 down. Is that Jay something? Do you know him?
You lost me.
We hired him to do a concert once, and hey Sean, yeah, he just like didn't sing at all, and he wasn't even trying to hide it. I was like, what the hell? You're telling me you can't think of anyone who like
Not that off the top. No, not like. There's nothing that is hitting me. We got to be running out of time here.
Probably. What are we at? We got 1, 2, 3. If we count Brady, 4, 5, 6, 7 with Anna.
I mean, I could throw out some wild accusations and we could put my brother-in-law on there, but I don't know that we.
Oh, 100%. Tim's brother-in-law.
Whose name?
What do you mean wild accusations? That's been confirmed.
Yeah,
that's why fun fact for everyone. We don't normally like to talk about it, but like that's why those records are no longer there. And
that was confirmed by multiple sources.
And Dominic
he's never said it out loud, but
no, he has.
To us is what I'm saying.
But like he's said it to other people who then
correct.
And multiple people confirm. So like it's been said out loud. We didn't like do a big announcement about it, but like yeah.
Yeah, this is tough.
We're doing good. We're at 8.
My mind just keeps going to movies, but I gotta think real people. Did any like?
God, what?
Oh no, I can't say that out loud. Okay,
say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
I'll bleep it if I need to.
You're gonna want to bleep it.
I mean, I think I know what you're thinking.
Okay, all right. So,
did it have to do with 5 years ago ish?
Yeah, I'm pretty close.
Okay, then yeah, I think we're on the same thing.
We're out of time.
We are out of time.
Damn.
I'm gonna put that down because we got it out.
I don't think we're on the same page, but that's fine.
You don't think we are?
Okay, so cover your mouth and we'll bleep it, and at the same time say what you're saying. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we were thinking the same thing. I thought you were. I thought you were gonna say.
Oh, him too. 100% him as well. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, so we made it to 9. Not bad.
That's
Here's
the first one we haven't been able to finish, huh?
No, we couldn't finish Britney's either.
Which one was hers? The
Like silly sports that are nonsense.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was a tough one.
Oh my god, that was funny.
But yeah, so our list is Catherine Zeta-Jones from Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas.
Okay.
Ross Geller, Billy Mitchell, famed Donkey Kong cheater.
Yep.
Tom Brady, debatable, I guess. I don't know. I'm confident in most of these accusations. That one, I'm just not overly familiar of the situation.
That's fair. That's fair.
Tanya Harding for sure. Rain Man. Anna at all the games we play ever. Tim's brother-in-law. An incident from about 5 years ago.
Which there are two things.
At the very least, yes.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
You be the judge.
Comment below, let me know.
Yeah.
Wow, that was funny. Good shit.
Indeed. Yeah. Anything else? You want to make this a short one? Or?
I think it's gonna be a short one. Listen, guys, Nick's on vacation. We wanted to pump out an episode because we like consistency here at Round 4 and at TBNT Inc. We don't want to leave you guys hanging.
It's our 10th one. We wouldn't want to skip the 10th, you know?
So let me tell you, episode 11.
Will Tanya Harding be in this episode title also? Maybe.
I think she'll definitely be back for episode 20.
Right. I want to do something though. We don't normally do this, but if you are inclined to comment, I'd be curious to know who you would like to see on. I'll throw out some names we have planned.
Yes.
We have Rue planned. Rue's been doing a lot this year in the stuff that we do. So, yeah, and we never talked to him post Virtual Survivor. He was a big player in that. But also, yeah, he won the last word. He's doing a lot. It's been great. So we got to talk to him. You saw Kirk last week. We got Birch, got Brittany. I want to get some people from season 1 Virtual Survivor, Giancarlo, Liam, who aren't around as much. Things like that. We have some new rookies debuting. Might want to get them on here just so you can be like, oh, these are the people. But yeah, if you have people in mind who you want to hear,
or you yourself are interested,
yes. But if you want to hear what they have to say, we should comment below.
Yes, I would agree with that statement.
And also comment below who you think number 9 was.
And 10.
Yeah, comment to number
10. All right. Thank you guys for watching this quick episode, but we'll be back next week with someone, or maybe not. Who knows? Who fucking knows? It's all a mystery. We're gonna start repeating some people too, because we had a lot of fun talking to people, and I want Javi back on. I want everyone back on. Let's just do the same people again. The same 8 people
on rotation.
Yeah, I like that. I like that plan. All of our guests have been fantastic so far. So having great conversations. Anna's got to get on the show for sure.
She could have been the surprise guest tonight, but she was sleeping.
Ooh. But yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. Fandom coming up. I did just look at the schedule. There's coming up this week Anthony Tisdall versus Brian Nussbaum, Jeremy Potters versus Alex Martinez, and Posse Galore versus Cabin 66. So good shit. Good 3 matches this week. So check those out. We'll see you guys soon with another episode of Round 4. Until then.